Hello and welcome to week 2 of the Socks Make People Sexy Let's Play Summer School 2015. Excuse the fact that it's about 32 degrees outside. Today we're going to be playing a little game that, honestly, I've never played before until this particular week. And what week we're doing this week is what's called Cooking Class, and we're going to be playing with the greatest eater of all video games, Kirby. The stipulation for this week, however, is I had to answer a little survey, and I was not allowed to choose a platformer this week because I wanted to play something else. And this week in particular, we are playing the Super Famicom version of Kirby Kirakira Kids, which is also known as Kirby Super Star Stacker. Now, Kirby Star Stacker is a Game Boy puzzle game that came out, I believe, about 1997, and this is a Super Nintendo remake of the game. Now, in particular, you can see the story here is that we have a star flying through the sky, and King Dedede, being King Dedede, because King Dedede's an asshole, it's the whole point of Kirby, decides to hit the star with a cannon and scatter his star pieces all around Popstar. So, lands on the Earth, as you know, Kirby, 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 that's the name you should know. Kirby, 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 he's the star of the show. I'm not going to quote that anymore. Anyway, so what we have here is a puzzle game of some sort. It's very similar to, I'd say, not quite Puzzle League or Panel de Pon, or maybe more like a combination of Baku Baku and Panel de Pon, maybe something along those lines. What we have here is a game that really fascinated me as I was looking at screenshots. Again, I'd never heard of this game before, but it has the same style of graphics as my favorite Kirby game of all time, Kirby's Dream Land 3. And, well, I can't resist the little pastel styles that we have here. And then the gameplay itself looked very similar to like a Panel de Pon, but nothing too crazy. It's nothing really like Panel de Pon is, though. Even though it kind of looks similar to me at first. Instead, what we have here is we have to match these animal friends with each other. And then we have these star blocks. If there's any star blocks in between the two animal friends that match with each other, they'll disappear and add to the total score count. Now, there's an endless mode to this game, but we are doing the story mode, which is in a sequence of multiple battles. In kind of a battle mode similar to Puyo Puyo or Kirby's Avalanche. So it's very kind of similar to that. You want to have chains of these keep stacking with each other. And as you have more chains, you're able to do more damage to the enemy, which in this case, damage is increasing the steps that keep going up. You see those blocks that appear below the two characters? Whenever I activate a combo of some kind, I have those blocks being stacked in there, and those blocks are going to be stacking onto his. And basically the goal is to get the center two columns, or one of the two center columns, to reach the top. Basically, that's the whole point of this battle mode. This gets progressively harder, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrible at this game. Again, I've only started this week playing it, and I've really fallen in love with it, especially the endless mode. Not really talking too much about the story here. It's not too much you really need to worry about. It's a puzzle game. I find more the puzzle mechanics to be more interesting with that. Anyway, you saw maybe what's happening here is I'm stacking these combinations together to reach chain, to kind of chain these together. And once you have two chains, two more stars will be dropping down. If those two stars cause another blocks to go, more blocks to disappear, they will keep coming down consecutively as long as they keep maintaining that, as long as they keep maintaining a combo. Like, see, for example, there. I'm going to have another set of stars going down. Not really too many issues I have with this game. I will admit that the story mode has a big difficulty spike, and especially, I think even by the second battle, there's a lot. As you see, the problem I have mostly with this game, and me not being very good at puzzle games kind of contributes to this, is I kind of have trouble seeing the combos as they come. A lot of them come by luck. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of this game kind of relies on luck. But really what appealed to me for this game was the charm, and that's with a lot of Kirby games. What I find the best about the Kirby series. It maintains that charm, that style, and especially like Dreamland 3, I mentioned is my favorite game of the series. This oil pastel sort of feel to it, a child's crayon drawing. I think that fits the Kirby series really well. Although I'd say Superstar is also a really good game of the series. Now you just saw there, I had a bomb. I just activated that bomb there. By having two animals in between a bomb, you're able to destroy everything on the row that bomb is on. Pretty handy if you want to get everything down. Now, as you saw there, my middle column hit the top, which that is a loss in this game. If they're on the... However, if you have columns on the side, they're going to keep stacking up and just disappear. So all you need to make sure is that you can drop blocks from the center column, and you can keep alive. Do I recommend having the blocks stack up? Actually, I kind of do. As you see, the AI likes to stack up their blocks really high, almost get to a panic state, and then start dropping blocks on you. It's a pretty difficult game, and especially if you're not used to the challenge of games like Puyo Puyo or Tetris Attack, which relies on the combos more than just the stacking, unlike Tetris. You're going to have a lot more of that instead with this game. And kind of that challenge of getting the combos down, getting these combos down. Now, if you watched Awesome Games Done Quick from this recent this past month, there was some really impressive Tetris playing in there. You're not getting any of that here. But I say there's quite a bit to this game. There's a couple different modes as well. Endless mode, like I mentioned, I have a lot of fun with. Now, and a couple other things I haven't really discovered yet due to it being a Super Famicom game and me not actually being able to read Japanese worth anything. Nonetheless, there you go. Now, as you see there, the combo just kind of keep getting these combos down and survive. More of a survival, I find, is the best way to go about this. Now, you probably noticed when I beat the level before, a green star appeared above the level. When I beat the level here, you're going to notice that star not appear. And what happens there is, if you get all the stars in each level, you can get to a true final boss. Now, in that one, it didn't appear because I had to use a continue in order to continue the game. Now we come to the Sunflower enemy from Kirby Superstar. These guys have always kind of scared me. I don't know why. Darn flowers. Anyway. So, as you see, each consecutive battle just keeps going on and on. They get progressively harder. I'd say the difficulty spike of the first one was pretty tough. This one isn't too bad. I'd say. I'm not sure quite how the difficulty really works for this game and how it kind of staggers. That might be the one problem I have with it. I'm not really sure how to test its difficulty. I do know that after this level, the difficulty is going to increase. Actual levels. If you see that little smiley face up there, that's indicating the difficulty level we're at. And so, it'll change to a more angry Kirby next level. As you see, I'm starting to fall here. If I can't get something in now, I'm going to lose. But here we go. I have a combo laid out. As you see, I can keep building. From that, I just built that combo up even more. And got a whole bunch of stars stacked. Now, if I'm playing Endless Mode and my score is being counted, I can see that happening. I can see that those stars being counted. You don't gain points in this game by just matching the animals. You have to match stars with them as well, in between. And as you've seen, I can stack stars in different ways. I can stack them horizontally, vertically. I can stack them in a group. I can use bombs to trigger all stars in there. And whenever stars come down, any stars that are destroyed, no matter what, add to your point counter. Like all those, if I were playing in endless mode or in a score-based mode, those would all add to my counter. And as you hear, the music goes into this kind of over. I like the music in this game a lot. It's very reminiscent of other Kirby games, but I find it's that in this, at least the story mode, that jingle does get annoying, I believe. I kind of feel. Although it's cute still. And as you notice, the characters of this game are the Dreamland 2 all the characters from Dreamland 2. We have Rick the hamster, Kind the fish, and Koo the bird. Yeah, bird. I don't know. He's something. But we have Knuckle Joe here. Everyone loves Knuckle Joe. And yeah, everyone loves Knuckle Joe. The kind of my experience with the Kirby series, I've always been a huge fan of the platformer games, but I've not ever been really into the other games in the series. But I have this theory that I believe there's not a bad Kirby game. I've not found one yet. Of all the Kirby games I've played, including spin-offs, such as Kirby's Air Ride, Kirby's Canvas Curse, I have not found a bad Kirby game yet. They've all been very clever, very stylish, and just overall fun. If not easy sometimes. I find this to be one of the harder Kirby games, honestly, and it's a puzzle game. Of course, though, knowing me there. Although, honestly, I think even not liking puzzle games, I really enjoy this game. And I'm going to be giving this a lot more attention. Even this, I've given it a lot more attention already this week. Just practicing, even for this run. And I'm still dying. Can't deal with it. Anyway. So for all the other Kirby games, I find that there's not really a problem with them. And just again, a small theory I have that there's not a bad Kirby game out there. If you've not played any game in the series, I highly recommend it, especially the platformer games, but even these spin-off games are fantastic. As you see, the combos there I'm laying out. Now, the combos that you lay out, if they're on, like, opposite sides of the board, they'll count as one combo. Not, like, two different combos there. And as you notice, whenever I'm doing combos like that, or when the stars stop stacking, my screen stops from moving and just pauses to let the score go in. That's what I also like about this game. It's pretty fun like that. And now we come to, really, the true reason we're doing cooking class. Chef Kawasaki. Yes, there was a chef power-up in Kirby. If you've ever played the Kirby series, especially Superstar, there's a chef power-up where you can it's an instant kill ability where you get all the enemies in a room and gather them all into a pot and cook them all. I think this is one of the hardest battles in the game that I've played so far. As you notice, the speed has increased drastically. When I was practicing a little bit for this, I was doing endless mode, and actually at this point the game is starting to get really fun whenever it's getting really good. Now, in endless mode, you don't worry about an opponent attacking you. All you have to worry about is basically what's going on at the screen you're at. No, just your screen. You're not worrying about battling an opponent or getting to the end of that. You can easily get to over 1,500 stars stacked, and it's really fun to do. But as you see, I like taking advantage of only worrying about that center row. If that center row is clear, you can still keep going and still keep stacking. As you've probably seen, even if those other two rows get to the top, they'll just keep stacking on and keep dropping from there. But you won't be able to combo if they're off the screen. Which, I find that to make a lot of sense. You can't combo what you can't see. But, overall, again, it's a tough game. Especially having to have a tough situation like that, when the enemy starts getting like 5 rows stacked on you at once, and you have to hurry to get everything in. But overall, again, tough game that I'm still learning about, and I'm actually really thankful for this LP competition to kind of get me to play some games that I haven't played before. Especially this one, one I've never even heard of. Unfortunately, importing the game for a physical cartridge is not going to be possible, as I looked it up, and it's pretty expensive. But that's the end of this week here. Cooking class is done and baked. We just fried Chef Kawasaki. And I think I'm going to leave you all with that, so I'll see you all next week for whatever Week 3 has in store for us. Because it's going to be a doozy, I'm sure.